Welcome back. The Supreme Court has directed the Tamil Nadu government and the Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board to submit their suggestions and objections to the NEERI report on environment impact assessment on Sterlite's copper smelting plant at Tuticorin. The suggestions will have to be submitted by 5th August and the case will be taken up then on the 10th of August. The Madras High Court had directed Sterlite to shut down its plant due to an environmental impact. However, the Apex Court had stayed the High Court order on appeal by the company. A. Vaidyanathan, chief legal correspondent with NDTV 24/7, told us about the building pressure on Sterlite now that a deadline has been set.
Right now, the Sterlite company can carry ahead with this operation, which is doing so. After the Madras High Court asked them to shut it, Supreme Court has stayed that order, meaning that they can continue with the operations. But very interesting and important point is, what is the view of the Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board as well as the Tamil Nadu government? Now there is a change in government. Jayalalitha has come back to power. NEERI went to Tuticorin and submitted survey. Basically, it has given some sort of recommendations what the Sterlite company should follow. So as for when the court asked where is the Tamil Nadu Council, nobody was there. Only Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board was represented with Subramania Prasad. So then court said Tamil Nadu should also represent. And what is the opinion of Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board? They said that the council said that they will reply in due time. So that's why now the views of the Tamil Nadu as well as the Tamil Nadu Pollution Control Board on giving their objection and suggestions on the NEERI's report, that's very important. That they will have to file it by 5th. Then on 10th, Supreme Court will take up the case. So based on the suggestions by the Tamil Nadu government and the Pollution Control Board, the case will go further.
Moving on, a new panel has been constituted to probe charges of corruption and land grabbing accusations against Sikkim's Chief Justice, Justice P.D. Dinakaran, in the impeachment motion pending in the Rajya Sabha. After the Supreme Court ordered the removal of P.P. Rao, one of the panel members, after Justice Dinakaran petitioned for the removal of Rao being biased, now the panel has been reconstituted by the Rajya Sabha's chairman. In place of P.P. Rao, Professor G. Mohan Gopal has been appointed and the other two members will remain. Gopal is the director of the Rajiv Gandhi Institute for Contemporary Studies. Justice P.D. Dinakaran moved the Supreme Court for removing P.P. Rao, alleging he may be biased. Back to some news from the city. In fact, in some crime-related news, the Puliyanthop police have arrested 6 juveniles on charges of chain snatching today alone. Based on their information, 4 more chain snatchers were cornered and arrested in a suburban part of Chennai. Thorough inquiries by a joint team led them to a gang of juveniles who've been operating and even involved in 46 crimes in the state so far. Interestingly, 12 out of the 14 are juveniles. Police say those involved will be sent to the government home for rehabilitation. My colleague Salim says that in most of these cases, women on lonely roads are the target, but the cops on their part say that these offenders will be meted out with an iron hand. Here's how these boys work their way around.
The Puliyanthop police formed several special teams and arrested 6 chain snatchers. All the 6 are juveniles, and based on their input, the suburban police were alerted and in turn they arrested 4 chain snatchers. And altogether, the police arrested 14 chain snatchers, and shockingly, out of the 14, 12 are juveniles. And the police investigation revealed the modus operandi of these juvenile chain snatchers. The police say normally the chain snatchers are comprising 2 people on a motorcycle, and a set of motorcyclists will be on a standby mode. Normally the motorcyclist on the standby mode will be asked to scout for victims. Now, after committing the chain snatching offense, the motorcycle on standby mode will escort the operating team. Say for example, if somebody is following the operating team, these motorcycles on escort was tasked to create confusion, in worst circumstances to commit accidents, and thereby the operating team will escape from the police side. Now the police say that these chain snatchers operate from far away from where they are put up, believing that the police will not catch them. But the suburban police and the Chennai police say, as far as chain snatching offences are concerned, they are working together to curb chain snatching in the city and the suburbs, and that they have been arresting these chain snatchers. Now all the 12 juvenile offenders will be sent to the government home in Keelpok for rehabilitation.
Well, the cops on their toes to nab some more of those offenders, but a crackdown clearly in this case. Now, the state's chief minister launched a series of welfare measures across the state via video conferencing today, sticking to many of the promises she made earlier this April-May. Tamil Nadu will now have 9 new arts and science colleges across the state, including one in Jayalalitha's own hometown, Srirangam, where she has also launched new bus services. Meanwhile, the journalist fraternity in the city have a brand new corner to meet at. The newly constructed building of the Madras Reporters Guild was inaugurated today. Ms. Jayalalitha wished the journalists all the best after inaugurating the building located inside the Omandurar government estate. When we come back, India may have its Saina Nehwal to boast of in baddie, but no figure for Tamil Nadu as the sport still is at a backhand.